Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for joining us for this month's Parent Cafe. I'm so happy that you all are here today because I have a special treat for you. We have Dr. Jackson Drumgoole II, a distinguished, social entrepreneur, thought leader, and community change agent with a profound commitment to transforming lives with over 3 decades of experience. Dr. Drumgoole has tirelessly impacted the lives of fathers through his extensive repertoire of articles, conferences, books, coaching sessions, a seasoned 29-year Army veteran, author, speaker, university professor, and executive life coach. Okay. In 2013, he was honored with the prestigious GQ magazine Father of the Year award, standing alongside luminaries such as President Bill Clinton and former Macy's CEO Terry J. Lundgren. Father's Day committee for his exceptional work with military fathers during multiple deployments to Iraq. He has a dysfunctional father ignited powerful community response that which was one of his works, one of his pieces of works that he has excelled in and had a tremendous community response in. Okay, Dr. Drumgoole is the visionary behind the nationally acclaimed Fathering for Effect program. This transformative initiative empowers fathers to lead the way where they live, guiding them towards a life of profound engagement and vitality within their families. Dr. Drumgoole spearheads its Augusta's pioneering venture into tiny home communities for youth aging out of the foster care system, committed to providing safe, affordable housing and essential life skills training. Bridge Builder Communities aims to facilitate a seamless transition into the adulthood life. All right. And so Dr. Drumgoole currently holds the position of Director of Learning and Organizational Development at Wellstar MCG. Okay. And all right, that's not it. He stands alongside his beautiful, beloved wife, Shadana Flournoy of Sandersville, Georgia. And he is the proud father of 5 children, including natural sets of triplets, and he has 3 amazing grandsons.
Yes.
Listen, we have Mr. Drumgoole, Mr. Dr. Drumgoole here today to share his amazing benefits that he has added to the community. We are so pleased to
Honored
have
to
you
be here.
here
Honored,
today.
honored to be here. Honored, beyond honored. How you
Yes.
doing?
I'm doing well. How
Good,
about
good. I'm
yourself?
doing well. I'm doing well.
That's
Good to
good.
be here.
All
Honored to be
right,
here.
now,
Yeah, yeah.
yes. And so tell us, I know I gave a brief
No,
synopsis
that's
about your amazing life and your journey, but tell us how you got started with your Bridge Builder community programming.
no. I appreciate that. And so, like I said, as you mentioned in the intro, working with fathers and families was something that I've been extremely passionate about for years, and it literally stemmed from uh, my time here in Augusta. So I was born and raised here in the city of Augusta.
Okay.
Went to Glen Hills High School, and the
Okay.
Glen Hills Spartans out there. Stand up, stand
All
up.
right, Glen
That's
Hills.
right. Grew up. That's right. Grew up in Terrace Manor. But growing up here in the city, like I said, a lot of my family members literally were in foster care growing up,
Okay.
and I saw honestly the failure of fathers, the failure of families earlier on. And as an 18-year-old, 17-year-old, 16-year-old, I recognized that this was a problem that I was called to solve. I can't explain it to anybody. You kind of just know this is something I need to do.
Right.
Didn't have the requisite skill set, didn't have the education, definitely didn't have the money, didn't have the team, but I knew it was a problem I had to solve. And so I just continued to follow that journey, and whatever that looked like, I recognize, and I say this to folks often, and they trip out when I say it, but I recognized that the boy that I was and the man that I was becoming, there was a huge disconnect.
Mm.
And I knew that early. I
Okay.
knew I needed discipline. I knew I needed
Right.
structure. I needed to see what systems looked like. Didn't have it. So
Okay.
I needed to see what that looked like. And so I sought the military. I ran after the military.
Okay.
I jumped in the military because I needed some structure, some discipline, and some systems.
Right.
And that's what it did for me. I can't tell everybody else to get it to do the same thing, but I knew what I needed to be the man that I wanted to become.
Mm.
And so all the stuff that you you spoke about me this morning. I'm honored. I'm listening to it. I'm like, yeah, I did that. Okay, I did that too. Oh, yeah, I did that too. Oh, wow, that was me too.
Yeah.
Because it does it. To me, it even reads like, like a book. It reads like a
Mhm.
fairy tale. I'm like, man, I'm a college professor. Yeah, I was a college professor for over a decade. Yeah, I did
Yeah.
write all these books. Yeah, I did
Come
write these
on
articles. I
now.
did do these conferences. I did.
Right.
But I was trying to become, and still am,
Mhm.
trying to become, I was a person of value.
Right.
And so with Bridge Builder Communities, it was a culmination of all of that.
Okay.
Of how do I create a neighborhood? How do I create a community where young people feel safe, where you're not just talking facts and figures and milestones and data analytics, which we can
Mhm.
do that. I'm talking family. How do we
Right.
create a family environment for individuals that never had it before?
Mhm.
How do we create that dad, that mom, and that aunt, and that uncle, and that sister, and that brother, and that cousin, and that loved one to actually surround and cultivate that family environment for that young adult who's trying to thrive,
Right.
right? And
Right.
so again, having seen a lot of my family members go through the foster care system here in Augusta, seeing the outcomes of their lives, seeing that some of them 40 years later have yet to recover,
Right.
and are still trying to figure life out
Mhm.
because of a broken family system. I'm not going to blame the foster care system. I mean, everybody's struggling. I
Right.
mean,
Absolutely.
everybody's struggling. So, and it's not the state or the government's job to raise our kids, right? And so,
True.
it's it's our communities, it's the family's job to do that. But
Mhm.
we as a community can extend our family to do just that. And
Right.
so, I'm excited to lead this effort. I'm excited to lead this charge.
Yeah.
But more importantly, I'm excited that the city of Augusta has really embraced us like they have
Okay.
and come alongside. And just excited to be a partner even with you all. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes. And you said something in the beginning that really struck me as far as the boy that you were
yeah,
did not line up to the man
right,
that you wanted to be.
absolutely.
And so even at a young age, you knew that to get from here to there,
Yeah,
that it had to be some type of transitional phase.
right.
And so it's so important for that to be recognized. But like you said, it's a disconnect there. And a lot of the times when people don't reach that where they need to be, is they don't understand
Hmm.
what they need to do in those in between steps and moments
Hmm.
to get to where they want to be. What was,
Yeah.
and I know you
Oh, thank
said something pulled that
I
we
got you.
are when we say something pulled that
Yeah, I
you we
got you.
know it,
Yeah, yeah,
our father, he
yeah.
was the one that planted
No
the
doubt.
seeds
Yeah,
within inside
yeah.
of us. So
Right,
he pulls you to a thing.
right.
Sometimes we don't know what that thing is, but you knew at a young age that it was more inside of you.
So I said it before. I saw something.
Hmm.
I saw something. We can only be what we can see,
Right.
right? We become what we behold.
Come on.
We become what we behold. And I grew up in Belmead, Terrace Manor, Glen Hills area
Hmm.
during the late 60s, early 70s.
Okay.
Interesting time in our community, interesting time in our city. We had all the African American professionals living in
Mm.
one particular neighborhood,
Okay.
right? Henry Brigham. So most of these bridges and buildings that are around the city right now, you see famous names on them.
Yeah.
They were in my neighborhood.
Okay.
So you had Judge Watkins living in the neighborhood. You had Mr. Prince living over there in the neighborhood. You had uh, Ed McIntyre living in the neighborhood. You had Henry Brigham in the neighborhood. You had Wyann Myers living in the neighborhood. You had Dr. Griffin living in the neighborhood. You
Okay.
had Mr. Mack. You had Joe Scott living in the neighborhood.
Hmm.
All the retired military folks that came from the Vietnam War and
Hmm.
that whole civil rights movement piece were right there in the neighborhood.
Okay.
And so I saw samples and examples
Hmm.
of what black manhood and male and godly manhood looks like
Right.
right
Right.
there in my neighborhood. I can ride my bicycle in anybody's yard
Hmm.
and get a whole plethora of wisdom and knowledge
Yes.
without even asking for it.
Right.
But I
Right.
saw it exemplified right in front of me. And so I looked at how they were raising their children
Hmm.
and how I was being raised. I mean, my parents did a phenomenal job, but I'm a culmination of
Of
everybody
it.
in my neighborhood.
Right.
Literally, I'm a culmination of all these men, and because I was trying to figure out then, if this is the 1970s and you're already a doctor, that means you went to school in the 60s. You
Hmm.
went to school in the 60s when we were getting beat
Come
and,
on
and
now.
drugged out of buildings and couldn't be there. You endured some stuff. What
Right.
do you know that I don't know? What do
Right.
you have that I don't have?
Yes.
And so I started trying to fill that gap myself, and I recognized that it was a simple term that I heard Dr. Wayne Frazier said it. He said it this morning when I was talking to him earlier today. Discipline.
Hmm.
A lot of us just don't have the discipline
The
to be able to just
discipline.
stand fast, be perseverant, in whatever you're doing. We
Right.
become very flippant environment. Uh, what I call we're trying to have microwave conversations for
Ooh,
crock pot problems.
come on now.
These are crock pot problems
Right.
that we have to have that we've been having. And so I recognize that there was like I said, incongruency and a disconnect between that 16, 17-year-old boy
Mm-hmm.
and the man of influence and affluence and impact that I wanted to become.
Right.
And it's not about Jackson Drumgo. It was literally about what kind of kids do I want to raise?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of children what kind of legacy do I want to leave behind? Because I'm looking on these buildings around Augusta, all these gyms that are being named after, folks that I knew about, Travis McRae,
Yeah.
Mr., and Mr. McRae and all the stuff that you can look at all these buildings around here. These guys were right there in my neighborhood. And
Right.
so I'm like, well, I've seen examples.
Mm-hmm.
I just got to walk it out. So
Exactly.
that's exactly what I'm doing.
Exactly. And that's very important. And just to look in the neighborhoods now,
Right.
and to take a walk in the neighborhoods now and to see, do you think that the type of influence that you grew up seeing is lacking
Interesting.
in our neighborhoods now?
Yeah, and I think it's spotted. And again, we can unpack a whole nother conversation with that. When we had the opportunity, I don't know how deep we want to go on this, but when we as African Americans had the opportunity, we started making money. We started moving out of our own neighborhoods and going into other spaces.
Right.
It diluted our power of influence
Right.
a little bit. Now that I'm making 6-7 figures, I ain't got to live here with y'all anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going someplace else, and we did that. We created other neighborhoods. I mean, Bel Air Estates is one of them. And that's another. I mean, Charles Lambach, he was another guy that I loved and lived up to. He was my principal in elementary school and in high school.
Okay.
I followed him everywhere.
Yeah.
and still would today. Yeah. But again, you don't see those guys everywhere anymore. They're sprinkled out, and you got to seek them out. They're here. Some powerful men are here in the city of Augusta. David Mew, I mean, I love that brother, doing some phenomenal work. Devarian Blunt, phenomenal brother.
Right.
But they're sprinkled all around the city, and we got to seek them out. So, if whoever that young man or young woman is out there that recognizes that there's a disconnect, you say, "Man, I know I'm more than this, but I don't even know how to get there. I have no clue how to get there." Now we have the internet. You can Google somebody,
right,
and find them. And I've done that myself.
Yeah.
I've Googled certain leaders across the country and said, "Hey, I'm just this guy trying to figure this problem out. I'm in Augusta, Georgia. Can I come see you?
Okay.
Can I come talk to you?
Yeah.
Can I buy you a cup of coffee?" Those opportunities still exist and they haven't gone away.
Right.
And so, though our neighborhoods may not be adjacent, in proxemics, based off the internet, Google, IG, whatever, LinkedIn, you can find these people. You can find these leaders. They are available, and I'm always available. If anybody wants to pull anything from me at all, I'm open book.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. I'm glad that you shared that. And so the Bridge Builder Communities, the Bridge. Tell me where did the name come from?
Yeah, interesting. Bridge Builder. So there's a poem by, you'll love this, Will Allen Drumgo.
Okay.
Same last name. Same last name. She wrote the poem. It's right. She wrote the poem in 1898. It was first published in 1898. She's out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. She was trained in law. She was an author and a poet, and a writer, prolific writer. And she wrote a poem called Bridge Builder. Don't ask me to recite it today. I'm a Kappa, but all the Omega brothers, they know this poem by heart. But it's in essence, it's about a man crossing a river, and he recognized how difficult the river was for him. Okay. So when he got on the other side of the river, there was another guy over there. He said, "What are you doing?" Because what the guy did, he started building a bridge. Right? He asked the guy. He said, "What are you doing? Why are you building this bridge? You already crossed the river." He said, "I'm not building it for me. I'm building it for the young man that I saw coming behind."
Come on now.
And so that's what the Bridge Builder community is about. It's about literally making connections for the generation coming behind us. Making, we call it building bridges for better outcomes.
Yeah.
Building bridges for brighter futures. Recognizing that, the stuff that I went through, you ain't got to go through this. You're going to have your own trials.
Right.
You're going to have your own fights, but you're not going to fight this fight.
Right.
I already beat this one.
Yeah.
Let me help it. Let me make it a little easier for you. So Bridge Builder community literally is taking the neighborhood that I grew up in, what I considered an ecosystem of excellence. Okay. like I told you, all those different men, those lawyers, those educators,
Yeah.
those architects, engineers, politicians that lived right there in my neighborhood that I was able to pull from. I'm creating that same energy and that same, culture right there, and with this neighborhood here. So, um, within Bridge Builder Community, we're building 25 tiny homes
Okay.
where young adults will live anywhere from 1 to 3 to 4 to 5 years, whatever they need based off
Okay.
of their particular pathway. In that neighborhood, we have our cottage parents. So we have like a college RA.
Okay.
So a husband and wife team, or an individual with a heart for this population. We're hiring multiple people to rotate 7 days on, 7 days off. They don't live in
Okay.
that house, but their primary job is that on campus day to day mentorship. Their crisis informed train, trauma informed train,
Okay.
all that stuff. But inside our 5,000 square foot community building, we'll have PhD level and master's level therapists and counselors. We'll have success managers. We don't call them case managers. We call them
Okay.
success managers. We'll have executive director. We'll have a development director. Individuals that will help move the organization forward. But the whole program is to ensure that these young adults get all the scaffolding and the support they need to transition successfully into adulthood, recognizing that they have some trauma, some things that have gone on in their life. Everyone has different tiers,
Right.
but we have everyone trained to be able to manage that, to handle that, so that, again, so we can help them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so what is the age demographics that this will be
So
servicing?
we're focusing on 18 to 24-year-olds. 18 to 24.
24.
It's a vital age, and we're probably focused on, like I said, the 19 and a half to 20-year-old range. I think that's the, right now in the state of Georgia, you have 11,000 kids in child protective services. In our region, you have about 700 kids that are I call kids, young adults, in that space that
Okay.
they need that extra scaffold.
Right.
Like I said, we're only building 25 homes on this particular property because we'll serve all of them through our community building.
Okay.
So all the basic life skills training that we're offering our community, we're offering to everybody.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so you're talking about how to manage a home, home economics. We partner with UGA Extension Program.
Okay.
With Augusta Locally Grown, we partner with them to help us with our, food servicing and how to manage cooking and how to, prepare meals. Black Farm Street, same thing. How to grow your food and how to eat healthy. We partner with Medical Associates Plus. They have a mobile team, and they'll come in and provide some of the medical services piece.
Right.
We partner with multiple mental health agencies, including Dr. Faye Hargrove, who provides her reframing classes and courses for the population. We partner with Augusta Tech. And the state of Georgia, Governor Kemp put legislation in place that any kid that's in foster care can go to tech school free of charge, tuition free, books included. So we partner with Dr. Jermaine Royal and Augusta Tech to ensure that these young adults have an avenue. We try to eliminate every barrier possible so that we can help them to thrive.
Okay. That is amazing. And so I know you said 25. And so what is your criteria to get those 25 in? Because like you said, the need may be huge. And so what is that criteria for those 25 to be able to gain access?
Great question. So they have to have been in foster care or some way, shape, or form at any stage in their life. I focus more on aptitude, means on attitude than aptitude.
Okay.
Attitude than aptitude. They have to be willing to work, willing to go to school, willing to at least have a mental health assessment, willing to work with our case managers or our success managers to ensure the transition. Have to be willing to attend at least 1 to 2 basic life skills classes a week, and be a good citizen, be a good community partner.
Okay.
So there are 4 aspects to living in a community. I don't care if it's a fraternity, sorority, football team, or community. One thing is membership. Other things is inclusivity or involvement.
Yes.
Other thing is fulfillment of needs. Last E is emotional connection. So we want them to have that emotional connection. We want them to be involved. We want the membership is, hey, you're 18 to 24-year-old who've been in foster care and struggling to find your way. You're already a member. You're already part of this thing. We'll make sure that you are involved in your success.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. So I'm more concerned with attitude than aptitude.
Okay.
We're going to help them find, we're going to help them find, follow, and finish their God-given purpose.
Okay.
We're going to help them do that.
Yes.
We're going to help them discover, develop, and deploy their gifted world.
Yeah.
We're going to help them do that. But they got to work with us.
Right. Right.
This program, I'll be honest with you, may not be for everybody,
Mm-hmm.
but for those individuals who said, listen, I've tried everything. I need
Right.
some help. I need some extra scaffolding. I need some extra support. That's what we're here for.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And what about those young adults who have went through the foster system and they came out and they may have a child?
This particular neighborhood, not this one,
Not
but
this one.
this is the first of many.
Okay.
That's why we're bridge builder communities.
Okay.
We're gonna this is our proof of concept to make sure that our memorandums of agreements are intact. Make
Okay.
sure all the agencies that we have signed up to work with, and that we have good relationships, get all the kinks out to make sure that we
Right.
are doing what we need to do. And then we plan on launching other communities to service that population because we know that's a growing population.
Yes.
And we want to make sure we service them. Give them the same exact love, attention that they get. Those other aunties and uncles,
Come on now.
grandmas, and sisters and brothers,
Yes.
to wrap around them to make sure they get the love they need and the child gets the love they need.
Yes, absolutely. Y'all are doing such an amazing thing, and I know you already have some great partners
We do.
on your team. But if other people they hear and they want to be a part and they want to come alongside and they want to help pour and they like you said
Mhm.
earlier they have a passion
Yeah.
to be something more to this program, how can they go about reaching you to to help to
Sure.
come alongside?
So thank you for asking that. We have amazing partners. I mean, from builders to bankers, up to community service to counselors. So we have a ton of folks, and it's never enough.
Hmm.
That's my point. It's never enough. It truly takes a village.
Yeah.
They can go to our website and hit the how can I have an impact or the volunteer piece. So you
Okay.
can become a strategic partner. We have folks that's making quilts for every bed.
Okay.
We have another organization that's building the beds for us.
Yes.
We had a high school the other day that they had an art competition, and my wife and I went and we picked 28 pieces of art,
Mm-hmm.
and so they're gonna put a piece of art in each house.
In each
We
house.
also had, Mark Ivy and Ivy Homes and Bill Beasley said, "Hey, we'll build the houses for you at no cost." So you have all the different ranges of help.
Right.
There is no limit. We have
Okay.
another church group that they're making all the desks and chairs for us for each home.
Okay.
And so again, however, if we need counselors. We
Mhm.
need house parents. So individuals who have a natural proclivity for this particular population, or an affinity for this population. Um, Again, we look for house parents, individuals that live there 7 days on, 7 days off.
Okay.
We're looking for marketing and branding teams right now. We're
Okay.
looking for creative folks right now that can help us
Yeah.
to tell the story. So
Okay.
again, there are no limits to how folks can come in and help. But again, go to the website, look at the volunteer tab, and just send us your information. We'd love to talk to you.
Okay. Well, that is amazing. I'm glad that y'all are so open to receiving all the like again, you have an amazing support
We
team
do.
and
Yeah.
people that has come alongside and
We do.
willing to pour into, but being able to open that up to additional people
Yeah.
from the community who just has a heart to want to pour and to give and be the grandmamas and the
Absolutely.
aunties
Absolutely.
because that's important.
That's vital.
That's very
That's
vital
vital. I
to
mean,
have that.
and honored to have a partnership as a partner.
Yes.
As a friend. That's really vital. Because
Yes.
again, you all bring the education portion. Y'all bring them aunties to the party. Y'all bring them aunties and them big sisters to the party, and
Yes.
they listen. They need it. They need it.
Yes.
We need it.
Right,
We need it. Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
And so that led me to another thing. We said the big sisters.
yeah.
So will there be programming? Because sometimes dealing with our young adults,
Mhm.
yes, we have older people who have the education and everything to be able to reach them on that level.
Yep.
But will y'all have that peer
Yes.
to peer type
Absolutely.
of mentoring and things of that nature available as
Absolutely.
well?
Absolutely. And
Okay.
we're vetting all those organizations now. So again, my program director, which happens to be my beautiful bride, Shadana,
Mhm.
she's like I said, she's vetting those individuals and
Okay.
those organizations now. But absolutely, big brothers, big sisters, auntie. I call them the legacy builders. I
Uh-huh.
call them these, my legacy builders, individuals who have already finished their career and they just
Right.
want to still give back. They maybe finished their career, but they're not finished living.
Come on now.
So these are the folks that we're bringing on alongside. If they can come in on Sunday, come in on whenever the youth are there, cook a meal, share a conversation
Yeah.
on the campus. Absolutely need those. But again, we're vetting all those organizations and individuals.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank
You're welcome. And that is so awesome. And I
Yeah.
just thank you so much for taking the time and being willing to come in on this platform to
Yeah.
share more about what you're doing, the amazing work that you are doing within the community that you have done throughout from this moment back that you've done, how much you've poured out of yourself into the community to help build healthy fathers and bring them along, and all your conferences and seminars and articles and things of that nature. That is very pertinent information and pertinent works to help get you to this point to right now, so you can, you can stand before and just,
Just honored and blessed. Trust me.
yes.
Again, I grew up right here in Augusta. So people who know me and who knew me, they look at me and say, man, it had to be God.
Had to be God.
so I got to take zero credit for it. It's all the Father.
Come on now.
And I'm just honored to be on this platform. Honored to be able to tell these stories and still live to tell these stories. So,
yes.
Thank you for the opportunity to share.
You are welcome. You are welcome. Well, is there anything else that you would like to put out?
No, again, just join us on our Facebook page, follow us on Facebook, go to our website, find ways to plug in. We are honored just to be a part of this community and love the outpouring of support that we get from the city of Augusta. So the leadership here has been amazing. All of the social service agencies have been amazing. The community has just come alongside. So again, thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah. Well, listen, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Listen, he's giving you his Facebook page, his website. So go support Dr. Drumgool's Bridge Builders Community Program. Find a way in which you can help be impactful in this life-changing, transformative initiative. Listen, it has been great having y'all tune in. Thank y'all for taking your lunch break to come and sit and chat with us. And so until next month, see y'all later.
Bye-bye. Thank you.